Here with Warren Buffett and also Courtney Wolf of Salida Capital, who was a lucky winner for this lunch, or you bid actually last year, and of course we're having the lunch this year. Warren, let me start with you. I mean, you do this, you've done this every year since 2000, right, when the first auction went up for these lunches. Tell me what you get out of these lunches?
Oh, I get a lot out of it. I mean, it's wonderful to see Glide get the money. I mean, nobody would use it better than Cecil Williams and Glide. And beyond that, I meet terrific people. I've gotten to be friends with virtually all of them, and they were new to me when I met them, and I hear from them, they email me, they keep me posted as to what's going on in their
I was going to say, have you stayed in contact with most of them, or,
really
or all of them?
And they're pretty remarkable people. There's been a couple of them that have been anonymous. They're really interesting.
They will remain anonymous.
But it's you know, I should be paying a lot to have these meetings.
Well, we were talking to Guy Spear earlier, who of course bid back in 2007 with Manish Pabrai, and he was saying that this has really helped him in his investing philosophy, but also just helped him overall with learning about life. I wanted to know from your point of view, though, what lessons you learned from these lunches.
Well, I just learned about a lot of interesting people, and frequently, like Guy did and Manish, they bring their spouses and they bring their children in that case. Manish had 2 young daughters there, and it's really an interesting experience. Sometimes we talk about philanthropy, sometimes we talk about the problems of raising a family if you happen to be in the public eye to some degree, and all kinds of different things come up. But they're all interesting people, and I get a lot out of it. I don't want them to end.
No, indeed. And I want to talk about philanthropy in a little bit, but I wanted to ask Courtney, who as we had mentioned, bid $1.7 million for this lunch. What are you expecting to get out of this lunch?
Well, I think we're very excited to be able to spend some time with Warren Buffett, and but at the same time, the fact that the money is going to the Glide Foundation is pretty incredible to us. So we've certainly been thinking about it for a while, and we've got lots of questions, and we're looking forward to spending some time.
Do you donate to charities often?
We do, actually. We have been involved in philanthropy for a number of years, and we've also set up our own Salida Capital Foundation. So philanthropy is a big part of what we do.
And philanthropy, Warren, obviously we were talking earlier with somebody from the Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors, organization, really good organization, talking about just giving. It's gotten hurt, obviously, in this recession, but demand has gone up, and I'm sure demand at Glide has gone up as well. I mean, you've been serving more and more meals in this charity because of the recession.
Yeah, they set a record this year, very close to 1 million, which was up, I believe, over 100,000 from the previous year, and that was up another 100,000 from the year before that. There are so many people out there that that gotten short straws in life, and you can read about unemployment statistics, but look somebody in the face, who's wondering where they're going to get their next meal, and it takes on a different dimension.
Right, and there's a New York Times article this morning talking about how, or actually yesterday, talking about how there's millions, very likely they're going to be out of a job for not just months, but we're talking about years. Given that, I mean, how much do you expect demand is going to be for charitable organizations, and also the fact that donations have gone down considerably?
Well, the demand's unlimited, so you really want to make your charitable dollar go as far as it can, and when you get a proven quantity like Glide, and you've got the people running it that you've watched do it for 40 years and do it magnificently, they're the ones, in my view, to support. But there's all kinds of worthy organizations out there.
Well, do you think organizations need to think of a better way, or as innovative a way as Glide, for instance, to be able to get more donations?
Well, I think they try to think innovative. I guess some other propositions. They can be very innovative, but no, generally speaking, Courtney went out and saw what the money was doing. I think that any time people see the results, they're going to open their wallets a little further.
Has Glide seen a big downturn in donations?
I can't tell you the answer on that. But I know that the needs exceed the funds.
Right, and you're going to be at this lunch with eight of your other colleagues.
Yes.
And I know you don't want to get into specific questions that you're going to ask Buffett, but this is going to be a 3-hour lunch, so I can imagine there's going to be a lot of ground covered. But generally speaking, I mean, can you give an idea of, for instance, something that you've come prepared with? I mean, you mentioned that there are some people at your lunch table that are from the oil and energy sector. I mean, could you give some clues on that?
Well, we'll certainly be covering business topics, obviously, but at the same time, there's life topics and philanthropy and a lot of different things that we'll want to cover.
Okay.
We may even talk about the media.
Oh, good or bad. And and personal things as well. I mean, I'm told from
Absolutely.
Guy that he had learned a lot about, that he had talked with you about how to pick the right spouse, for instance,
Yeah.
or keeping the right spouse. I mean, do those personal issues come up too?
There's nothing more important than that, and no, very personal issues come up, and I'm glad they do. People feel free to talk about whatever they want to talk about. They know I won't talk about them later.
Right, indeed. Okay. All right, Warren, good to see you as always.
Thank you.
And Courtney, great to meet you as well. And have a great lunch. And I know everyone's been asking this, but I know steak is going to be on the menu. Obviously, steak and hash browns, right?
You can't do better than Smith & Wollensky.
All right.